ready to go. 25 laps the distance. Brad Sweet bringing him around turns 3 and 4. Josh Boffman on the outside of the front row. Doug Clark waves the green flag, and the Capitani Classic goes to the green. Down the chute into the turn, 2 and 3 wide, back through the pack, down the back straightaway. Brad Sweet will lead him. Josh Boffman right there running second. Paul McMahon third. Here comes Carson Macedo to the outside. Brad Sweet will bring him down and lead lap number 1. Battle in the third spot now as Paul McMahon tries to fend off Carson Macedo, and while he's doing so, reels in Josh Boffman. A great 3-car battle down the back straightaway, second, third, and fourth. Up for grabs now. Macedo to the outside of McMahon, now looking to the outside of Boffman. 3 wide off of turn 4. Carson Macedo up into the number 2 position now. He'll set his sights on your leader down the back straightaway. Brad Sweet continuing to lead. Carson Macedo running second. Josh Boffman racing third. Paul McMahon in the 4th spot. Terry McCarl rounds out your top 5. Side by side for 6 is Brian Brown and Greg Hodnett battle it out down the first straightaway. Brown has the advantage. Now he'll go to the inside of McCarl in turn number 2. T-Mac up at the top of the racetrack now holding his position down the back straightaway. Paul McMahon is trying to reel in Josh Boffman in turn 1. That's the battle on the racetrack now. Boffman on the bottom. Here comes Paul McMahon through the middle of turn number 2. Down the back chute now battling for third. McMahon going to the cushion in turns 3 and 4. He'll put the whip to her in the turn, trying to make a run down the first straightaway. Boffman holding him off, but McMahon staying tough on the top of the racetrack, staying right there. He'll wheel it through the middle of turn number 2, right off the cushion, down the back chute. He'll take the spot away. Paul McMahon now up into the 3rd position. Josh Boffman running 4th. He'll stay right there within 5 car lengths. Here comes Brian Brown now to the outside of Terry McCarl. Down the front straightaway, McCarl and Brown battling. That's the race for the 5th spot. Brownie up on the high side, McCarl down low. Brian Brown will take the spot in turn number 2. McCarl trying to make a run on him down the back straightaway. Boffman in 4th, and here comes Brian Brown. Josh Boffman, you've got company. It's Brian Brown to the outside as they race into turn number 1. Side by side and wheel to wheel into turn number 2. Brown making a run up on the cushion now. He'll take the spot away from Josh Boffman. Brian Brown to 4th. He's not done yet now, trying to reel in Paul McMahon in turn number 4. Green flag coming back out. Here we go. Brad Sweet's car leaves like no other. Man, that thing goes on the start. Now, Paul McMahon moving up into the number 2 position down the back straightaway. Paulie moves up to 2nd, but here comes Macedo back to the inside again, trying to recover the 2nd spot. McMahon says no. He'll roll down the front straightaway in that number 2 position. Macedo right there in 3rd. Here comes Brian Brown. Brownie up into the 4th spot now. Battle for 5th as they work into turn number 2. Shane Stewart battling with Josh Boffman down the back chute as Macedo goes back to the inside of Paul McMahon. Boy, what a move there in turn number 4. Josh Boffman and Shane Stewart duking it out as well as they work into turn number 2. And then there is Kerry Madsen transferring out of the B, now marching his way toward the front of the field. He hangs on to it and we stay green. Kerry Madsen moving by the inside of Josh Boffman. That will put him in the 5th position. Kerry Madsen started 20th, now racing 5th. Carson Macedo up into the 2nd spot now as he's moved by Paul McMahon, as does Brian Brown. Brian Brown moving by Paul McMahon, but Paul McMahon back to the inside of Brian Brown down the back straightaway. Great battle for position as they race through 3 and 4. That's the race for the 3rd spot. The time is running out because the white flag is flying. 1 lap to go for the Big Cat. Brad Sweet leading down the back straightaway. Carson Macedo still running 2nd. Brian Brown right there in 3rd. The twin checkers will fly. The Capitani Classic win goes to Brad Sweet. Carson Macedo comes home 2nd, and Brian Brown finishing 3rd.
Race fans, give it up for Brad Sweet. And not only picking up the World Racing Capitani Classic, but man, what a cool trophy that turns out to be. Well, Brad, we talked a little bit ago after the shootout there, and you said you were trying to dial things in. I think you pretty well got it all dialed in just right, don't you?
We're pretty close. I wish it was Saturday night. I'd be a lot more excited, but you know, that's what we came here to do, is try a few things, and car drove really good in the A. You know, there's still room for improvement. Obviously, Donnie Schatz isn't here, and David Gravel and some of the favorites, but you know, we did what we needed to do, and got some notes, and we got some, you know, ideas to get that car just a little bit better. So I think we'll be in the hunt for sure.